Okay, so you said you were going to ask me what it's all about, right?
Yes.
First, a random question.
No, that's what I want to know. What's it all about?
Right.
When I send it to you, show it to your woman and kind of see where I'm going with it.
For sure.
And eventually, I forgot to tell her. I started a Google Doc, a peer group, the drummer I'm going to go teach them to. It's all going to tie in, that kind of thing. And I need to send it to Katya Walter at the Retired BBT.
Sure. Just let me know. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That way she sees me going down a path. I've studied the time you have.
Yeah.
Go down this path instead.
For sure.
So, the readings that I normally do
Yeah.
are going to answer 4 intentions. And this is the way that I do it. Like, I say the universe a lot, but what I mean is, like, there's God and then there's what God does. And what God does is the universe. Like, I see it as, like
the
that
way,
in
kinda?
motion. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
so this is going to be, like, the way that I do it is, like, what does the universe or God, whatever you're more comfortable with, want you to think about, feel into, put action to, and then say directly to you. And then I'm going to read out of the book. And then we'll talk about your original question, like the reason that you're here and how that ties in, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Cool. We have to go to one of those screens so I can show you my favorite thing in the world.
Okay. And what is it?
Stand right here. Okay. See how, like, the light is, like, reflecting? If you just, like, sway with it, it's my favorite thing in the world. It's literally when I'm walking around, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, like, the way the lights.
What are this today?
It's the thing that I love the most. All right, so on the bottom of the deck, initially, there's the 2 of Cups. I call this the undercurrent.
Yeah.
So the undercurrent of this is major arcana. So this is what, like, God is giving you to work with. This is what the universe is providing for you to tap into should you choose to.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's like giving birth to an idea through intentional decision making.
We have air.
Yeah, so this is about the struggle to bring it into being. Like, you know what I mean? Like, meeting that with, like, courage and resistance and understanding that everything's a process. But the process leads you to a place of, like, stability within yourself, kind of like having a day. The 9 of Earth is all about being stable within oneself and recognizing that, like, everything outside of you is just a gift. You don't, like, anything that you want to, like, bring into your life is already in you. You have to identify the energy of it in you to be able to recognize it out there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, this makes sense.
Okay, so this leads to the Ace of Water, which is originally on the bottom.
Yeah.
This is a new emotional opportunity. This is like water is like where emotion and spirituality kind of, like, overlap, and aces are brand new. So this is like the process of whatever we're going to uncover here.
Yeah.
Has the potential to lead you to a new emotional, spiritual understanding.
And there was 4.
provided you make.
There's 4 of these. How much?
So there are 5.
Okay.
Originally, yeah.
Cool.
The 3 of Air, the struggles, was kind of hidden behind this. So
yeah.
they were, like, stuck together, which is kind of beautiful. But it's awesome to think about, like, the light, like, the quality of light that's right here. And in this entire spot, there's, like, life growing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, life dictates that you move towards what's warmest. So, like, where the light is, things are going to grow. And it's such a beautiful metaphor, I think, for, like, because I believe human beings are expressions of light, like bioluminescence. So, like, what you put your light towards will, like, you know what I mean? Like, what you shine your light on, or your attention or your awareness, is what's going to grow. And that's why I feel like what you pay attention to, like, in your mind and in your life, is so important, because you have to be responsible for the garden. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's why I do what I do with tarot cards. Like,
Yeah.
help people. And these 2 fell out which is two of water, which is union. This is something coming together effortlessly that fills your cup as well as other people's. And this is about the intention of the amount of work that you put into it. So this is about practicing something until it becomes second nature.
I
So
see.
it's like carving a new energetic
Yeah.
pathway to where like energy used to be going to like the path of least resistance, which sometimes is like born from a place of like misunderstanding around like what lack is or what like a certain word is defined as.
Yeah.
So this is about carving a new pathway to
I
reach
see.
like a new emotional place within yourself, if that makes any sense.
That just makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so what we're thinking about is Lord of Earth is the same as the King of Pentacles. So this is about not only like understanding that you're building an empire for yourself, right? Like you're
Yeah.
building a kingdom for yourself. So this is asking you, who do you want to be? Like you can be anybody that you want to be, except who you were before this moment. Who do you want to be? And what are you willing to leave behind to like sort of make that happen, to fuel? Like if you pick up every rock you find, eventually your pockets are going to get full and you have to like take some out to
Yeah.
bring more in. So what are you willing to let go of to create what it is that you want to create? Like what would the compromise look like?
Yeah.
So we're thinking about that. We're feeling into the way the emotion of you internally is tied to the things that you present externally, and how congruent those things are. Like where like you might feel something internally that you don't express externally.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about now like intention and like why that would be. If it's like if it's a fear or perhaps like a bias or again a misunderstanding about like individuation, which means like the way that you define something as opposed to the way that larger society does. Like,
Yeah.
your family doesn't define words for you, the church doesn't define words for you, your school doesn't define words for you. How do you define what you're feeling and how you present that externally? So what we're putting action towards the Seven of Air is action. Yeah, so this guy, and okay, you want to talk about like the difference between old school romance and like modern day. This guy, for his wife, built a replica of her favorite castle in Europe in West Virginia, and then they lived there for a while, but it's like a legit castle.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he built his wife a castle.
That's crazy.
I know. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's like old school romance. Yeah.
I read this meme on Twitter. I hate saying when I got things from Twitter, but it's the truth. Where it said, no one's willing to embarrass themselves for love anymore, and that's why the economy is failing. And I think it's brilliant.
That is awesome.
This is beautiful. Is it open? Can we go in?
I don't know. I think it's only open on weekdays, but we can check.
Air is action. So this is about the Ernest Hemingway quote keeps coming to mind of for once just go all the way with the goddamn thing. Like for once just do the thing. Like like there's the really beautiful quote by Ernest Hemingway. And then I'm going to read directly out of the book for this one. So this is what okay. So there you go. This is what God wants to say directly to your soul. The Enigma is the same as the High Priestess. So this is about like again, this is where intuition meets emotionality. This is where ideas are birthed from the ethereal into the real world, a practical sense through choices. Choose are always choices. So we had the twin card, which is about intentional choices.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of emphasis on choosing things, setting yourself up for long-term physical and emotional success rather than what's available now. Like it's kind of like, it's almost like saying like there are things worth working towards and there are things worth waiting for. So it's asking you to consider that in whatever this reading is about. Asking you to be sure of yourself internally before doing anything externally, so you can make those really intentional choices to get to whatever outcome it is that you're looking for. And again, I know you said you're kind of at a crossroads, which is a 2. So I love that came up.
That's crazy.
So, what crossroads are you at?
But when I talk to
It reminds me of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, like a letter to God about what it is to be a human, like how it feels to be human. This is really cool. Thanks for bringing me here.
No problem.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad I could. Woo.
Yeah, it's really warm up here.
It is warm up here. It'd be cool to film something up here, though.
Yeah.